Movies Does D&D, back on a Tuesday. Ah! Wow. Helloran Rising, episode 44. I know it's been a while, folks, but, bear with us. Holidays, that sort of thing. So, this evening, we jump back into Helloran Rising, and I believe the update from what happened last time comes from our very own Tabaxi Troublemaker, Mr. Snow on the River Bank. Take it away, Snow.
Can't hear Ash's call.
I will, however, continue to support and protect Miet, maybe cause a little chaos and mischief as we go, but, the usual. I need to figure out how to get us back to the water and start to spread the word of Pelodas. Although his imprisonment seems to have had a pretty poor effect on his mind, he is the source of the waters, the life-giver, and the enabler of trade and wealth-making. The trading waters need to give him his due, and hopefully in time, with the return of his power, he will be able to heal his mind. Anyway, I helped the elderly Tabaxi madam, who seems to have an interest in me, but I'm not sure it would have been very politic to engage in such relations with one of the most respected of the madams at the gathering. I am, after all, not a trophy, and she has her many shiny, pretty boys to satisfy her needs. Trelador, of course, is very skeptical of the tale, and we were told, and despite his involvement with the reorgs and the adventures we've had so far, which give evidence of the return of the gods to the world, we began our evening with Miet's relatives. These wandering gusts types love their drink, and if we could blend this with the traditions of the river clans, as was probably intended, the Tabaxi could expand their horizons, and it may teach some of the staff here, treading waters, to relax and help grease the wheels of trade, perhaps. You know how those dwarves love to drink. Where am I? Yes. We began to drink with, and the dwarves decided to dance and sing. However, Gas performed something that could only be described as a travesty of the art form. He was akin to an elderly, dementia-ridden badger that huffed too many mushrooms and tried to dance on its hind legs. More drink flowed, and I ruminated on the old river songs, and as I learned more about Balodas, these have deeper meaning. The mood took me and I began to sing, but again Gus tried to dance to the music with varying success. The dwarves decided to go off and do whatever it is they were going to do. I do feel a great well of pity for the folk that host them, though, as I feel they will be out of beer pretty quickly. Celeste went off to do her own thing. Very strange one, that one. She seems to have developed a playful side. It bears observation. Yeah. I appreciate that she's trying to grow, and imitation is the highest form of flattery, but I think it needs some work. I decided to, Trelador next, and I can imagine he went to talk to that sister of his, which she really needs to mind her tongue, or a cat will most definitely grab hold of it and cut it out. Hello there. Trelador might be an asshole sometimes, but, it's our asshole, and his family need to appreciate that his skills run into different paths to their own. I do like him, and if he would only show some patience and listen to Yorick and be willing to give something back to Riox, without expecting anything in return, he would realize that the power he craves has been there all along, waiting for him to take it. I decided to put on a show and move around following the dwarf's progress, but this garnered some attention from several female tabaxi, who followed and inquired as to my availability. They wished to accompany me. They wished me to accompany them into the woods, but I resisted and denied them tonight. Maybe tomorrow. The dwarves would make very good storytellers and perhaps make a considerable fortune were they to write adventure tales. All fiction, of course, as the veracity of their tales could not be confirmed. Even though Yorick writes down a lot. Never mind. I may have to entice them to write these stories. I think that could be a very good business venture and make all of us a lot of money. I mean, eventually they settled down and they drank themselves into their usual snoring slumber, which would not have been out of place in a sawmill. Again, I feel very sorry for wherever they fell asleep. Nobody's going to sleep there. I mean, we're used to them by now, but, they're not. So we awakened to loud complaints of the kids who discovered they have to clean up. Miette divulged there is a high price for our safety in the woods, but I don't care too much for that, and I care for the burden on her. I wish to help if she's willing to accept, and she has no choice but to accept my help because I don't wish to be hung by my tail and skinned by Darcy and Minhill. There was more talking about what next with Levanicus and the happenings. More talking. I really want to return to Redport and teach Mr. Droust a lesson or three about crossing a tabaxi. I didn't really listen too much to the rest except to insert my opinions at various points. There is a valid concern regarding our friendly neighborhood tieflings who are now guests of Herr. But that could be twisted to her purposes. I do need to speak to Peladas about Remora, though. See if he remembers. Of course, the conversation came back to Florian and his sister. Oh no. I mean, we could literally just leave him here, hidden. Or kill him and bury him here, which would probably solve the problem. But that may be frowned upon. Melissa wants to free herself from this deal with Fianna, which begs the question why she tried to obtain this fiendish power in the first place. Again, perhaps we could just, bury her. We decided we needed to learn how to brew our own beer, but we already had that knowledge. We have a dwarf. The spirits, on the other hand, we appreciated the advice. And Florian arrived back as we did, and he was talking about some cockamamie scheme involving Trelador's sister. Apparently, this little hairball wants 4,000 gold pieces, a place to stay in Giffield, and access to the library so she can do some research that may help us. I mean, naturally, I threatened to stab Florian if he even considered giving her any of our gold. I mean, I doubt even with the gold, the time, the research that she could make Florian untraceable. I come back to my idea. We can just kill him and bury him. I mean, we're trying to avoid a Prince of the Hells, for God's sake. And I swear, the arrogance of that family. Florian claims that she said that she loved Treldor, and I very much doubt it. I would, however, love to have a conversation with her about the blossoming love between Florian and her beloved brother. Turns out that we had some very, very nice items in our possession, and they have only recently been identified because we remembered we had them. There is some special paint which could aid our ingress into Mr. Droust's house to scare him and possibly eviscerate him, hang him on the front of his house as a warning, and generally, mischief. Alternatively, I could ask Peladas to create a rather large wave to batter/wash away Redport. I did get very distracted with thoughts on how to make the remainder of Droust's life and perhaps the entirety of Redport living misery. Trelador got angry but wasn't angry, and I didn't really pay attention. Anyway, more fun tonight, and perhaps, decide where we're going to go and more tomfoolery tomorrow.
Lovely. So basically, Snow's response to any problem is kill it and bury it. You sure you're not a dog?
I mean,
Just asking.
Or
Anyway,
a carnivorous squirrel.
So, with the hangovers abating and the everybody gathered in one place at Madame Miet's, caravan, with a conversation about what you want to do, where you want to go, how you want to get there, continuing, the rest of the afternoon is yours. What would you like to do? Nothing. Campaign's over. Good. Right.
I was going to say I need to make a phone call later, but that'll be like after people have kind of dispersed to their mid-morning activities or whatnot.
Okay.
I would like to make a journey to the edge of the wood.
Okay.
In not going out, but essentially just getting to the edge and seeing what I can see
Okay.
while remaining
The wood's
conspicuous.
quite large. Do you want to go back the way you came?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, we can do that. So it'll take you an hour or two just to get to the edge. Look out back along the pathways, and you can see the river obviously from there. Can you see the river from there? Let me just double check. I'm not sure. Yeah, you should be able to. It's a fair distance away, but you can see it in the distance. So we'll leave Snow going off to the river while he eats his dinner. And anybody else want to achieve anything in the next hour or two?
I'm going to wander around and just speak to some random people. Basically, just ask if they need anything fixing. Feeling a little bit lost without reorcs, so they just kind of want to get to basics.
Okay, that's fair enough. You've got your toolkits, and you can set up and wherever you like. You can start offering to mend things. People are happy for you to join in and mend things. I mean, they're fairly self-sufficient anyway, but another hand to fix things is always good. You get involved in mending cartwheels, mending the wagons themselves, putting new bottoms onto pans, that sort of light. It's not challenging for you at all, but it's work, and it moves your fingers and frees your mind, which I think is what you were hoping to achieve.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. So you kind of concentrate on what you're doing, and your mind falls into that pattern of working. Got to get this fixed. Thanks, Reorcs, for the help, and blah blah blah. And you do your normal thing. And it is still odd that he's not there. I mean, he's not there every time you fix something, but
No.
you can kind of feel him in the background sometimes, and you just can't hear. It's very odd. But like I say, you get on and spend a couple of hours fixing various things, helping people. You meet some very nice tabaxi. They're all friendly. They're open. There's a lot of laughter. Yeah, it's a good couple of hours' work. Anyone else want to do anything?
I believe I was out in the middle of the forest looking at the stars and
You were
for the night.
last night, yes. It is sort of midday-ish. Evening, Florian.
Hello, sorry.
Sorry, go ahead, Celeste.
I'll probably just go around and see if I can help with any chores.
Yeah, again, they're all pretty self-sufficient, but again, another hand is always welcome. Cleaning things, washing things, tidying, putting refilling ale jugs, refilling the spirits into various containers for the evening's festivities, making food prep, all that sort of thing. So yeah, you can quite happily do that. And again, you meet a lovely tabaxi who are happy for you to be there and to help. Anyone else? No, Melissa.
I'm probably just sat at the caravan doing some maintenance on my bow, because
Okay.
that probably needs tidying up a bit.
Yeah, we can have a sort of couple of hours of general tidying, assisting the camps, and fixing your
Yeah,
weapons.
kind of
maintenance.
the same vein as Yorick, just trying to keep the mind busy.
Okay, cool. Miet?
Yeah, I wanted to get when I can, when like enough people have wandered off and I can get a bit of privacy around camp. I want to get my
pretty
message
much
read again.
the only person that is in camp at the moment is Melissa. She's sort of sat at the edge, just concentrating on her bow. Florian, where are you currently? You're muted. So
Are we at the second night of being in the forest still?
you're in the daytime of this, before the evening.
Yeah, I'd probably be just a little bit away from the camp, just taking a bit of time to reflect on everything what was being
Okay,
said and done.
righto. So yeah, the only person around is Melissa.
Yep, good enough. So I'll be sitting on the steps of my caravan then for this.
Okay. Do you need to be alone? As in, everybody else needs to be muted? If you do,
Oh, that kind of conversation.
it's up to you.
I mean, I don't. This is not fair. I have not made this decision before. The DM's made this decision for me.
Okay. I suspect I know what you're trying to do.
Probably.
So, okay, yeah, right. Okay, we will just mute everybody else and we'll have a conversation. If it doesn't require muting, I will unmute. How's that sound? Okay, so. So that should be just you and I now.
Okay, so I'll take out the message cube and start with good morning.
Okay. So what do you say?
I need some information, and I was hoping that you would be someone who could help me obtain it.
Yes. Okay. Sorry, you're very faint and far away. It's very difficult to hear you precisely.
But it's good to know that I can still contact you from here.
Interesting. Where are you exactly? Sorry,
I might
force
tell
of
you
habit.
if your information is good enough.
An exchange. Fabulous.
You mentioned a few days ago that the world considered us dead. That
Quite.
our contracts were cancelled. No one knew where we were. And yet, only yesterday, the Tiefling twins were on our trail once again, hunting us.
You mean Torm and Sorrow?
Yes, your former companions.
But the last time I saw them, they were very, very dead.
Alas, they have made the company of one who can... I'm not sure if improve is the right word, but improve their condition.
I see. Well, that is interesting news. Thank you.
And they were not only hunting us, but they knew exactly where to find us.
Did they now? Sounds like you either have A, a spy in your camp, or B, something in or amongst your camp that is able to be tracked.
I would hope that I'm the only spy in the camp, because dealing with a second one is too much of a nightmare.
That can
But-
get complex, yes.
And can get complex, so we may just have to search our belongings then. Would there be any way to find out from the temple if there is any information being given about us at the moment? I wasn't sure if
I
even you yourself had sold the
I
information to
haven't
our survival.
heard anything about new contracts, certainly, but I am currently not in Dar. I'm busy doing something else. I can certainly contact them. It may take a while.
If you would, it's
Of course.
safer for you to be in contact with Dar than us.
Very much so. But yes, I can certainly contact them. I'll find out.
Thank you for your help.
Thank you for your information about Torm and Sorrow. That is payment enough. For now. Obviously,
You're ever so generous.
obviously, information that I get and I pass on will have to have a price,
Naturally.
of course. So, enjoy your day, won't you?
And you.
Bye. Anything else you would like to say? Do while you've got me alone?
No, just that.
Okay. I will bring everyone back then. There you go.
Melissa's grin is very suspicious.
Yeah, this is obviously the most suspicious thing in the world. So, okay, everybody should be back, yes?
Yep.
Awesome. Okay. So, with that, we will pop across and see Snow, who has travelled to the edge of the woods. What would you like to do, Snow?
I would like to find a large tree on the edge and scale it.
Sure, yep, no problem. There are plenty of large elderly trees. You can scamper up one, not a problem.
Cool.
Researching Katniss.
Innate catness is, all good.
Got to use that climbing speed.
Oh, yeah.
And I just want to take a look and sort of see about, and then sort of the morning ritual that he's sort of started doing for Peladas. He wants to do it on the edge of the wood
Okay.
to see if it actually reaches him this time.
Okay, so roll me a perception check while you have a quick look around.
It's 8 plus 15.
15. Looking about, it's a fairly clear day. It's a little chilly, but the sun is starting to rise high, so it should warm up fairly swiftly. There's nothing you can see of any great danger. You can see the river far off, but yeah.
Cool.
Make me a religion check to do your
Ooh.
ritual.
Let's change dice this time. Better. That's 21 on religion.
21. You sit, you calm yourself, you hold your pendant, you start your ritual. Close your eyes, open your mind. James, can you have push to talk, please?
Yes.
Thank you. And all I could hear was my own voice echoing back at me. So, as you reach out towards Peladas, you can see nothing. You look down at your pendant and it's completely still. There's no movement there at all.
Fair enough. Can I actually see the water of the river from where I am?
You can, just about.
Okay. What I want to do is I want to sort of think about what he was trying to teach me before and reach and try and pull the water towards me.
Okay.
I mean, I understand this is quite a long way, so it may not work at
Yeah.
all.
You concentrate, you reach, and you pull, and you feel that feeling that you had before when you were trying to manipulate the water. But again, something seems to just stop. a foot or 2 feet, maybe 10 feet from the tree. Nothing is happening.
That's good enough. He knows he can do it, and he gets the feeling, so he kind of understands now that we've got to be outside the wood. And he wants to scamper back and try and find Yorick.
Okay, fair enough. I'll leave you doing that. It'll take you a while to get back.
Yep.
We will find Gus. It is about midday-ish, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Basically, the tabaxi camps are making ready for this evening's festivities. Everybody is sort of out and about doing things. Yorick is helping to mend things, make things. Celeste is helping tidying, cleaning. Melissa is back at camp checking all of her equipment, and Miette is on the steps of the caravan. Florian has disappeared into the woods. As has Snow. He announced his intention to go to the edge of the wood. Where would you be? You need to push to talk.
I was making beer, wasn't I? So
You were.
I would be messing with my beer, checking the specific gravity and adding little bits in it to make it taste nice, and generally stroking it.
Give me. What shall we call this?
He will be my slushy, and I will call him slushy, and he will be thick and he full-bodied and
You
good.
are proficient with brewer's tools, aren't you? So give me a performance check, and you can add your proficiency bonus to it. And again, you do need to push the key to talk.
7.
7. It's not going well this morning. Maybe it's because you've got a headache because of the night before. Maybe it's just too soon to be checking all this stuff, but nothing appears to be happening.
Okay.
It appears that it is completely inert. There is no growth. There's no yeast forming. There's nothing going on.
Yeah, I seem to have forgotten it takes quite a long time to make beer.
Apparently so. So,
And apologies for being late.
yeah, I assume you were working, which is fine.
Yeah.
No worries. So, as the afternoon wears on and you finish doing your respective tasks, generally drift back to Madame Miette's caravan.
I want to grab hold of York and Celeste as they return.
Sure. They would probably be the first ones to return, although Melissa is already there.
I have need of your magical abilities, and Yorick, I know yours are somewhat restricted while they're here, but would you be able to produce some kind of searching or examination spell if there was a foreign object?
What is it exactly you're looking for?
It concerns me greatly that the tieflings could find us so easily when the rest of the world considered us dead. And not just that they were hunting us, but they knew exactly where to find us. I mean, we know Fiona has her own magic and her link with Melissa to find us, but the tieflings were not so powerful. So I want to check the possibility that there was something slipped among our bags that allows them to find us.
Cat was there. Cat is now gone.
Cat was there for speech. Cat has left.
I mean, certain magics allow you to scry on people. They could be possibly picking somebody who has little resistance against such things to possibly locate us, but there are a number of different spells that they could use. It wouldn't necessarily have to be an item on our person that they've slipped in. It just could be an item on our person that they've focused on, perhaps.
I see.
Sorry, I'm just racking my brain, see if I can think of anything that.
By all means, I can cast a detect magic spell to see if I pick up anything that should not be around us, but
I think
magic is such a complicated thing. It doesn't necessarily require something magical to be traced.
If we were out of this place, assuming that this place that's stopping me from talking with Riox, then I could potentially ask him.
I think it would be no harm. It would put my mind at rest if you both would consider doing this.
Oh, of course, it's a good idea. Maybe because there's a spell I need to. Oh, I don't know if I can actually. Sorry, I'm all a bit.
It is very early in the morning, I understand. Maybe we'll had a few beers later.
No, it's getting into the evening, isn't it?
Yeah, we're about 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Tricking us by smell, you know. I mean, Yorick does have very smelly underpants.
Stay out of this. You get back to your beer.
All right.
I just think because I can change the spells that I have available, but that requires me to sort of, in a way, talk with Riox and ask him to imbue me with the right magics on a daily basis. I don't know whether I can change my spells while we're in here if I can't talk to him. I can still do the magic, but I don't know if I can change the magic without him.
I see.
I don't know. I've not tried. But basically, there is a spell that might be able to help, but I would need to change. I'd need to have that magic in order to be able to speak with him, and I don't know if I can do any of it from in here.
There is a lot I think we will not be able to do until we leave the haven.
Basically, once we get out of here, my magic is yours.
Thank you, Yorick.
I will detect magic in the area and see if I pick up anything that should not be here.
Thank you, Celeste.
Okay, you're casting that now, eh?
I would suggest wait until everyone's back first.
Yeah, well, as you finish that conversation, unless anybody tells me differently, I'll assume that you're all reconvening on Madame Miette's caravan. Yeah. The last to arrive is Snow.
Yorick, have you got a moment?
Of course, yeah.
I
I'm at the moment.
I decided to test a little bit of a theory this morning. I went to the very edge of the wood and tried to speak to the boss. But when I reached out, it felt like it was stopping a few feet outside of the edge of the wood. So I believe that if we leave it entirely, we should be able to speak to Peladas and Riox and get perhaps some answers that we require.
I thought that would be the case, but it's good to know that you're sure that's how it is.
I mean, I look around and then swap into Dwarvish. I mean, he's been teaching me to try and manipulate water.
Oh, cool.
And I think that with enough practice, I should be able to change the flow of a river if we need it.
That's pretty cool.
Well, if we need it or if we want to play a trick on someone.
Can you use it to help Gus brew his beer a bit better?
I mean, I don't know. Perhaps, maybe, but not in here. I can't.
Yeah.
I get the feeling that I get when I'm trying to do it, but doesn't work.
Yeah, I know. It's a bit funny, this place, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm getting a little bit. I don't know. It's a little bit weird, I guess. But I think definitely the. But just keep the whole water manipulation thing to yourself for now.
Right, okay, yep.
Yeah, the only
Under
one.
my beard.
I'm assuming the only other person that can speak Dwarvish is Gus.
Yes.
And I'm back playing with my beer.
So yeah, he said. So Yorick is the only one that knows about that now. Cool. So as you all reconvene, it's sort of mid-afternoon. We can skip ahead to the evening's festivities, or unless anybody
I'd
wants
be
to
doing what
You
Mia
wanna do your-
asked.
Okay. So you cast Detect Magic. It's our ritual, yes, 10 minutes.
11, I think, because
Okay.
Yeah.
or something like that. Yeah.
Okay. We're not going to quibble over a minute. Not at this point. Maybe later. But yeah, you cast Detect Magic. It's a 30-foot radius, isn't it? So you.
Yeah. I've got 10 minutes, so I would check everybody in our camp first, and then
Okay.
do
Well,
a quick scan.
Everybody, I believe, has magical items. So you don't. Individual items don't particularly glow. They just, you get an aura. There's stuff in Miet's bag. There's stuff in Melissa's. There's stuff in Snow's. Everybody has magical items.
I think I'm the exception for that.
Apart from Florian.
Only if you're
apparently.
taking off my pendant.
Do you think they could be? You think they're tracking us? Do you think it could be the cubes?
I am afraid it might be the cubes, and I would be reluctant to give those up.
I mean, I've got one too, but.
I don't have anything magical either.
Okay.
Yes, both have the bloody pendants Mier gave you.
Yep. Apart from the pendants that you've got.
Yeah. Well, I've got a dagger and the descending cube.
Yeah.
Who do you think is tracking us, Miet?
Well, the tieflings found us with very little effort, and we know from previous that they're not that powerful on their own.
It wouldn't be the sapphires and rubies that we picked up from them, would it?
What
I
sapphires and
don't know what
rubies?
to be.
Well, when Trellador killed one of them and everything, there was a load of sapphires and rubies. What was on the ground, what we all picked up.
I know. I'm the one that dished them out.
I've actually been having some thoughts on that. What with Torment and Sorrow? I mean, we know that they's undead. I mean, we pretty assuredly heard them die to the fog. And vague recollection, there's always... They could be... Not that they're tracking us through latching on to an object or a person. Maybe a bit more innate than that. It may be that their deaths have set a grudge against us. And I don't know a huge amount about undead, but I do know that sometimes they can be quite relentless in that grudge.
I mean, we know for a fact that Sorrow has died twice because Trallador beheaded him the second time, and Torment has died at least once. Although we don't know what happened to him after they let him go.
But that is the thing. The last time we saw them was on a different part of the land, a different continent almost. They were on us 2 days after we emerged from Fiona's realm.
We also know that they have been affiliated with who we can assume to be quite a powerful wizard, the Vanicus.
I mean, You are all assuming that they weren't coming this way anyway. I mean,
Also true.
it's not necessarily true that they were tracking us, but it could just be coincidence. But you know,
We have been personally responsible for how many temples rising from beneath the earth, and you now want to lean on coincidence.
I mean, sure.
With my detect magic, I can pick up scores of magic as well, so I'd look for anything that seemed out of place or odd.
No, you're not getting anything. It all looks much as the same as the last time you did this, because you've
I'll
done it fairly
also,
recently. So
yeah, I'll also check out the caravan, see if there's anything odd on that as well.
absolutely not. Caravan is completely non-magical. It is very beautiful, but not magical.
I'm afraid I'm not picking up anything that I can figure out shouldn't be here. If they
Need to
are
go from this list.
using magic to find us, they're probably concentrating on a person or an object already on that person. Something probably quite distinctive.
I mean, they could be focusing on Trelador's ego.
That is quite massive.
Yeah.
And if they were focusing on Florian and Blessed themselves, we currently don't have the magic to hide them.
I think the tracking on, if there's anything tracking myself and Florian, it's been sent by Fiona. And I still think that may be separate to Sorrow and Torment. But
Well, I am certain that if we were to see them again, we will know for certain they are in Fiona's employ.
possibly. I mean,
Well,
tieflings are devilish.
we may see part of them again if they haven't gained some extra pieces.
Oh, yeah, that's also something to be worried about. There's a lot going on.
But I feel we should leave the Midwoods tomorrow. I don't think we can gain anything else here at this point.
And more to the point, I want to be gone from here so we can, lead anything that's coming for us away from these good people. I don't want
Exactly.
any more tabaxi to die because of us.
And I believe yesterday I suggested we head further west, the Tiefling and Orc lands, because we might be able to at least find some information that's not in a particularly bad city like Redport or Dar.
I mean, I want to
Also
ask this
puts us
question
further
in
away from our enemies.
the nicest way possible. We're dealing with a Prince of Hell.
Hmm.
Do you think heading into a Tiefling city with their demonic affiliations would be sensible? Fiona will probably have some agents there or thereabouts, don't you think?
Fiona has
Well,
agents, likely has agents everywhere. She's got an unwilling one right here.
I mean, I'm unsure what tieflings are like here, but not all of them were bad where I come from. Though quite a few of them were a little bit ambiguous.
I mean, all of the ones that I've ever met are really quite nice. I mean, Sorrow and Torment are the outliers, really, and that's probably due to the fact that they're bounty hunters and very unscrupulous bastards, but,
Well, you don't have to be a tiefling to be an unscrupulous bastard, as you say.
Exactly.
I know plenty of elves that are very much the same.
There's bad eggs in every bunch.
yes. And perhaps if they cross us, they're going to get stabbed repeatedly.
That's a solution that often works for you, isn't it, Snow?
I mean, you cast spells, I cast stab.
Fair point.
I mean, yours don't always work, mine do.
Further to our leaving here tomorrow, I was going to suggest that we leave on foot. Because if the rest of the wandering gusts are staying here, there's no point making ourselves even more conspicuous.
Being the only caravan traveling.
I don't suppose there's some kind of spell that we could use to put the caravan somewhere safe?
I mean,
Maybe shrink it down to
Here?
bring it with us? Well, I
I
didn't know if there was some way of taking it with us.
We could bring Kalinsa with us. She would be able to disguise it, but I don't think Trelador would be very happy with that solution.
No.
Trelador does not look happy about that idea at all.
I mean, I could always go and tell her about the blossoming love between you and Florian before
I
we leave.
I'm not going to roleplay that because that's not my place.
So now we've just got sort of like the biggest toothy grin that you have ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
How much do you think it would cost us for that to kind of help? Even
than
if
we
we
have.
were...
Okay,
Cost more than sort.
I am going to come back to the point I made to Florian. If I will stab the first person who gives that woman any of our gold. She is a charlatan, and I will not allow it because she is trying to disrespect our Trelador.
She's trying to disrespect practically everybody who she deems beneath her, which is more or less everybody.
I think it is everybody.
But
Since
I
I
will-
get from her.
But I come back to make my point. I will stab the first person that gives her gold, or gems, or anything valuable that she can use.
But yeah, leaving the caravan here does sound like a sensible idea. Also opens us up to travel over the water a lot more freely. Which I'm sure
But
Snow
what
will
about
like.
my beer?
I mean,
I will ask Darcy and Minihill to look after it, as they will look after the caravan for us.
Oh, right, that's fine then.
guys, can you get a very like a small keg that you could perhaps carry under your arm or on your back and put some in there so you can carry some with you and brew on the go?
No, it can't be moved like that when it's being brewed. It's very delicate, you see.
Shit. That's
Just
Might
a-
just
this
As long as they look after it, it'd be nice for when we get back. It'll be perfect.
I mean, yeah, but it would be nice to have it on the go.
Just a
Yes,
point
but-
add as well. If we're still going under the assumption that something's checking me by my scent, smell, or whatever it is, that as soon as I leave this place, it becomes available again, right outside these woods. Anything to pick up.
I mean, we could get some of the kids to piss on you.
at
I'm
the end of
entirely
the
sure that'd work, and yeah, would
And
probably say no to
Snow,
that.
Snow just looks at me and smiles.
no matter what we do, Fionna's gonna keep throwing things at us. So there's only so much that we can do, but above all else, we can't just stay here.
No, we can't.
You're better with
protection-
us, Florian, because if something were to happen, who's better to defend you than us?
As well as Snow's point that we cannot, in good conscience, bring any further danger on the Wandering Gusts. The protection here is only given to the Wandering Gusts. And as much as you are of my caravan, the nature of the one the protection is given by means that we cannot guarantee that you will be classed as same and protected as same.
Very true. Are we not going to entertain the thought of our little portal bandana to use that anymore? Try and figure out how to use that even better?
Some
Oh,
of the
the well.
some of the places we ended up in, I would very much like not to revisit.
That desert was disturbing.
It was all disturbing.
If we can find out how to use it properly, I mean, we somehow got back here, albeit a few months gone, but it could be a quicker and safer way to travel in and out of places.
But the more time we spend away, the more time your sister is in danger.
We need to spend the most time away we can. I think my sister's going to be alive until whatever happens, if we meet up or I get captured or anything like that. But
I mean,
The longer we spend, the more desperate Fiamma will get.
And no offense, Florian, but it's not just your family on the line here.
no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's information we need. We've got none of what we're going into or what we need to do.
Yeah, which is why I'm suggesting we go west. Tieflings and Orcs have got their libraries. There's also one at a town to the south. The name escapes me. I think.
If it comes to it in a pinch, Florian, if something were to happen and you needed to get away, I can polymorph you into something that would be able to fly off and get some distance.
Maybe that's what we do tomorrow, just before we leave. So my scent isn't right next to these woods then.
Maybe we should leave the woods first, since we don't currently know what is waiting for us outside. If nothing else, Yorick may be contacted by his god as soon as he steps foot outside and give him information that will change everything.
I hope so.
I can still summon creatures to aid us, whether it be horses or owls again, to travel us closer to the water to get on the boat.
That's an option.
I mean, if you want to look at the map, you can see that the river comes right to the south of the woods. There is also one to the far west.
Yeah.
So
We could follow rivers down Farnham or Dornham or even all the way over to Salah. I remember asking last time, but I think I figured out one of those cities has a larger library in it, supposedly, that we may be able to make use of.
I mean, they both have libraries. There's a bigger library. Well, I told you there's a bigger library in Drummond.
It's elves.
It is.
But yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Dornham is the mainly tiefling city. Silot is more orcish, but there's a lot of trade between the two. They're almost like a one sort of city-states between the two of them. It's the power. They're the kind of the power in the southwest.
Was Dornham the one with the library, or is it both those two?
They
And
both-
Farnham was iffy.
Farnham, not so much, but Dornham and Silot both would have libraries. And of course, they all have the trading posts.
Yeah.
And since they have the trading posts, I need to reiterate to you all, while there is still some hope that you might listen to me while I'm your madame, the world believes us dead. We need to use that to our advantage and not just march into the first trading post and announce ourselves.
That's so true.
We could use the rest of the day to make, shall we say, alterations to our clothing and, I guess, change our look. I mean, Yorick is changing his look quite considerably by changing his armor, for instance.
I've changed my armor. I've got a new breastplate on. Look.
I would suggest that we can make some changes before any of us enter a town or a city to find information. But at the end of the day, we will still be 2 tabaxi and 2 humans and 2 dwarves and 2 elves in a group.
Well,
and
I
there's only so
can.
much to disguise that.
I mean, I can disguise myself quite adequately as practically any other creature that I've seen before.
But not the whole group.
Well, I can disguise one as some kind of animal, but they would have that animal's mind.
I mean, I can pretty much not be seen if I don't want to be. So it's just the rest of you that need to decide what you want to do.
I can.
And
If you wish to stay still, I could apply my grease paints to you and make you look like a wandering ghost.
I mean, sure, that might work.
I'm able to keep a new shape for 3 hours. It's not
We
an
also-
insignificant amount of time.
I think we did discuss this, but if we are going to travel on the Ruiner of Fame, we definitely shouldn't be putting into ports at the moment. Because that's a dead giveaway for us.
I have a bit of an idea for that.
Okay,
Do
so
tell.
unless there's anything more you wish to achieve this afternoon, or we can just skip to the evening festivities, or you can go straight to a long rest. It's entirely up to you. What would you like to do?
Evening festivities, you know. I have to go
Yeah.
end to it. Minahill and Darcy, that'll be leaving again.
Okay, yeah, that's going to go well.
Snow's going to spend the rest of the time that we're in camp waiting for the festivities to begin to continue to practice sort of juggling the knives.
Okay. Give me an acrobatics check.
Ooh, acrobatics. Ooh, that's not so good. 20 total.
20. Yeah, it's a bit rusty. You've not done this for like a lot for a performance since you were small, so it takes you a while to get going. But once you get going, yeah, it looks pretty impressive. You get like 3, 4, 5 on the go. So yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Anybody else want to achieve anything, or shall I just skip straight forward? Okay, so skipping forward, the fires start to be lit. The evening starts to get that lovely dusk where the sunset is throwing all sorts of strange radiant colours through the leaves of the trees, and there is a shout. Ha! Madame Yet, may we join your caravan for the evening? You see Darcy and Minahill and wandering in arm. So, we did some hosting last night. I think you'll find it is your turn.
It is, yes, but you will have to sit on my lap since I am the madam of this camp.
Who are you saying this to, Minahill?
Oh, to Minahill, yes.
Darcy just sort of giggles and pushes her forward. She's like, I accede to your request, Madame Miette. She stalks up to you and makes a big show of brushing your clothing down. So I have to make sure it's absolutely clean before I grace you with my presence, dear sister.
Mm-hmm.
And she places herself very delicate on one of your knees. You see? It's not so bad.
I will grab her and hug her in such a way as to ruffle all possible fur all over her body.
Get it, no! And she basically twists around in your arms and hugs you back. And basically, I want you to make an athletics check.
To see which one of us gets dumped out of the chair onto the ground, yeah?
Yes. You've played this before.
Yeah.
Many times.
Flat 13.
13, yeah, she got a 17. So she
Yeah.
whips round. She seems to be stronger than you remember. And dumps you unceremoniously onto the floor and sits relaxing in your chair. So, it's very kind of you, Madame Miette, to offer your chair like this. I understand as a madame myself. It is a great honor to be sat in the madame's chair. I thank you. Darcy is rolling literally on the floor with laughter, just pointing at the pair of you. Oh, he's too much. He's too much.
I will need you to brush me off after sitting in my chair, not before, as usual.
I seem to have the chair.
Miette, Madame Miette, your chair appears to have a very comfy cushion on it. Do you want to sit on it?
You make a very good point. I shall resume my seat.
And as you sit on her, she's like, "Ah." And
Is it a little too dusty for you, sister?
You are covered in dirt. You are a horrible
know.
sister.
I
Horrible.
know. Yes.
I love you very
Worst.
much. You are horrible. Now get off me and get me a drink.
I'll give you some
Madame,
chickens.
of course.
Get the drinks.
So, you can hear all around the evening's festivities are getting underway. People are laughing, joking, chatting. Beers and spirits are being drunk and offered those that are wandering from caravan to caravan. So you can stay here and receive guests, or you can go elsewhere and be guests. It's entirely fluid and entirely up to you.
I will be receiving this evening.
Fair enough.
It is what she proclaimed.
Okay. Anybody else want to go elsewhere, or are you all staying in the caravan for this evening?
I will be remaining.
Okay.
I think Florin would want to do a couple of things and then come back.
Sure. Okay, what would you like to do?
I think he'd like to go to the edge of the forest as well.
Yeah.
Staying within this side of the woods.
Okay.
Knowing about obviously its magical properties and everything. But just
So
do sort of like a
which forest edge are you going to? Basically to the
one we came
southeast,
in.
Yeah?
Yeah, the one where we came into.
Sure.
And do kind of like a, I don't know, 50-foot perimeter from where we kind of entered into these woods.
50 foot inside the
Not
woods.
yeah, inside. No, not inside, but like to the edge of the woods. But like around it, I want to do like 50 foot left, 50 foot right.
Okay.
And just kind of have a look outside and see what I can see.
So it's not fully dark yet, but it will be, by the time you get there, it'll take a good hour for you to get there.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't been doing much lately, so I'd probably hoss it there, to be fair.
Okay.
I haven't done much exercise, so.
Fair enough. Give me, we'll do a couple of perception checks.
Okay.
So we'll do the 50 foot left one first. Give me a perception check on that.
Inside check on the woods.
Yeah.
Perception. Non-natural 20 for the left.
Nice. And the right?
The right one will be a completely different dice, and it'll probably be a completely different roll. Yeah, there you go. And a 9.
9. Okay. So the first off, you head left, and you can see far in the distance. You can see the river, and some of the trees here are very large, very old, very tall, and wide. And you walking along, looking out, and the evening is glorious. It's not cold, but it's not quite warm. It's just that nice fresh chill as the sun is sinking, and you you look out across the fields and hedgerows to the river, and you can't see anything. There are no monsters, there are no creatures, there are no people. It all looks calm and serene, and you feel quite relaxed about it. Actually, it's quite a pleasant evening. You've run here. You've quite worked up a sweat to get here, and now you're enjoying the breeze, chilling the sweat on your body, and it's refreshing.
Cool.
You head back to the point you started at. You go a bit further, and again, there's nothing, and it's starting to get a little darker, so it's getting difficult to see that way.
Yeah, I'd probably after doing that one and doing that, I'd probably sort of like take a light jog back to camp. But when I'm a little ways out of the camp, I just like to, as quiet as I can, just get back on top of the caravan, onto the roof, and sleep. Just basically stay there for the night.
Do you want to stealth up there, or you want to? Do you need people to know you're there or not?
I'd probably make it so Melissa was aware that I was back.
Okay.
And then try and just, as quietly as possible, just get on top of the
Give me
caravan.
a quick stealth roll. As you sort of signal Melissa. Melissa, you've been expecting him back because you know he just wanders off sometimes. And
Non-natural 20 for the stealth roll as well.
Okay. So you managed to stealth up. Get on top
Yeah,
of the
and I'll
caravan.
just kind of be looking over the other campsites and just having a look at what people are doing and just...
Yeah, it all seems much as it did last night. It's there's laughter, there's songs happening, there are plays going on, people are juggling, people are doing all sorts of interesting things.
I imagine with my passive, I would
I'm
still
just
notice.
looking at your passive. You got 20, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you just flicker out the corner of your eye, you can see Florian get back up onto the caravan.
Yeah, I'll just kind of give a little bit of a... I was looking at everybody enjoying the festivities again. And then I'll probably just sort of like sit up there for a little bit and just continue to watch over. And then eventually I'll not necessarily go to sleep, but just lay down and look up at the canopy above us and listen to everything going on.
Okay. It's happy noises, there's a lot of people enjoying themselves, singing, dancing, all that sort of thing. So let's go around the room, see who's doing what. Melissa, what are you up
to? Sat inside the caravan on my own.
Okay.
Because, Melissa's kind of secreted away in there for
once you
private
see
time.
Florian come back, you disappear into the caravan. Are you, again, wanting to be stealthy, or are you just not caring?
I'm not really caring. I'm too busy with the thoughts in my own head.
Okay. So, let's go with Snow. What are you up to?
It's going to go back and forth between sort of the knife juggling.
Yep.
And sort of one of the logs on the edge of our little sort of camp.
Yeah.
Every now and again, he'll literally just go with the 5 knives and then just step out the way, and they'll all just thunk into the log.
Nice. Give me a performance check.
We'll take that. Performance. Natural 20 for 22.
Nice. So you get when the daggers all thunk into, you get as Darcy and Minahill. Yes, very good. Yes. You definitely should keep him close, Madame Miette. He is very useful, I think.
Oh, yes.
Indeed so, indeed so. So, Yorick, what are you up to this evening?
I'd have probably stayed around in the caravan for a bit, and then probably just got a bit bored and wandered off to talk to some new people.
Okay.
and probably ended up doing what I did the previous night,
Okay.
just drinking and telling stories and
Okie dokie. Gus,
Trying
are
your
you
luck.
going with, or
yeah, I'll give Gus an elbow, so if he wants to join.
Oh yeah, I'd definitely go along.
yeah? Okay. So the pair of you wander off after seeing that this is just Tabaxi being daft over here. So you go and find somebody that you haven't spoken to tell
Yeah.
some tall tales to. I mean, tell some interesting stories to. Give me a performance check. You can have it with advantage because Gus is helping, or if you want to do it, Gus. Whichever one of you, I don't mind which one does it.
You want to do one each?
No, you do it with advantage.
Are you sure?
Okay, we'll do one each then.
Oh, well, I've gone and hit it now.
I'll put mine away.
Well, I rolled at advantage and it was 9.
That was better than mine anyway.
So yeah, people have kind of got used to you guys now, and you're struggling to. Whilst you're telling the stories that you told last night, you've changed them slightly, and people are going, "But you said last night that didn't happen," and people are kind of questioning the story. I mean, they're still enjoying it, and they're still giving you beer and spirits and aniseed drink. Then you have a wonderful time. It is a really good evening. So, who have we got left? Celeste. What would you like to do?
I would, seeing Florian come back, I would make sure that he had something to eat and something non-alcoholic to drink,
Sure.
since I know what he's like.
Okay.
And then knock on the door of the caravan.
So, Melissa, you hear a knock on the door.
Hello? Who's there?
It's Celeste. Are you okay?
Just give me a moment.
Of course.
And I'll open the door a little bit to look at Celeste. Can I help us getting some rest?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to pry or anything. I just wanted to make sure you were okay.
I'm fine. I'll be all right.
If you want to talk, you know where I am.
Same, Celeste. And enjoy your evening.
And you.
I'll quietly close the door and go back to what I was doing.
Okay. And Miette?
Oh, more of the same. Drinking, trying to annoy Menahil,
Yeah.
accepting any propositions.
Yeah. Fair enough. Madame Carfanon makes an appearance at your camp with a couple of pretty boys on her arms.
Naturally.
Madame Miette, it is good to see you again. Are you well this evening?
Very well, thank you, madame.
Of course, of course. And your caravan is all okay.
All, I believe, wrapped up in their own thoughts for this evening.
I suggest that is probably a good thing, that they think on the things they have learned from us. And you are also thinking of the things you have learned.
Entirely too much, I fear.
I don't think it is possible to do a thing too much, is it? And she elbows one of her boys.
Yeah, not following that thought down that path.
Fantastic. And you're oh, there he is. You're a very pretty treading waters person. He is very good with those knives. Mr. Snow, would you care for a drink? You're a very pretty boy. So, would you care to visit my caravan this evening? We have quite a lot of aniseed to drink.
Is she dressing this to me or Snow?
To Snow.
I may be able to swing by a little later if Madame Yet does not have any need of me.
I think.
No, of course. Do you wish?
I will see you later, Mr. Snow. Just give you a
Perhaps, yes.
proper wink. For now, let us drink, tell tall tales, and enjoy our evenings. She raises a glass. So, the evening progresses on, gets later, gets louder. People start to disappear off into the woods in twos, threes, whatever. Unless there's anything anybody wants to achieve, we can move on to night watches if you want to have watches, or straight to morning.
Straight to bed.
Okay. So-
Snow's very wary, so he's going to make sure that everybody gets to bed.
Okay. So once everybody is tucked up.
Their own beds or anyone's beds? Sorry,
Well, yeah.
a bed.
Yeah.
He's going to make sure the dwarves make it back to the caravan so they don't sort of keep people awake again.
Okay. Dwarves, are you intending to come back to the caravan, or are you just going to fall over anywhere you feel like it?
I mean, I was going to try and find somewhere else to sleep for the night. But failing that, I'll go back to the caravan.
Shoot your shot, Yorick. Shoot your shot.
You
Can I-
can.
Can I be his wing cat?
You, the Tabaxi, okay, tell you what. Roll me a charisma check. Just straight charisma check.
So he's wing catting hard for him.
You can have it with advantage as Snow's helping.
Okay, let's see if I can go up on the 5. That was a 17 on the dice. 15.
Woohoo!
Yeah, there. Whilst it's not completely obvious, there are a couple of looks that you get, and at one point, a young Tabaxi female puts her arm in yours, sort of bends down, says, "So, you are very hairy. I quite like that. It's like fur, but not everywhere. Shall we go to the woods?"
All right.
She leads you away. Gus, you see Yorick going.
What's
into
the word said?
She just looks at you, goes, "Well, do you want to come and find out?"
All right. What are you going to look for?
"Oh, we will show you all sorts of things." And she beckons over her sister,
Okay.
and the pair of
We're
them,
going to go play hide the sausage.
the pair of them,
Sausages. I like
the
sausages.
pair of them take you both out into the woods to play a game of hide the sausage, as it were.
I could really do without this mental image right now.
We potentially just created a new race here.
Possibly. We shall have to find out later on.
Very small caps.
With
I'd
very
like
big
that.
beards.
It's
Well, it's Debaxi.
Yeah, Duabaxi, yeah. So, as Yorick and Gus wander off into the woods, Yorick on purpose, Gus completely by accident, we will take a break as everyone goes to their various rests. So, we will be back here very shortly. We're going to go grab a drink and we'll be right back. before we had our break, everybody was drifting away to sleep or into the woods to do other things. So, as you all drift off to sleep, or eventually after some athletics in the woods, Florian, are you staying on top of the caravan?
Yep.
You are. Okay, cool.
I'm hoping to not stay on top.
That we can leave to our imaginations, I think.
I'm not even going to do that.
Nope. You can do whatever you want in your own imagination. So, is everybody back at camp apart from Gus and Yorick? Yeah? Okay. So, okay, cool, good to know. Celeste, you are awoken. There's an odd noise. You wake up. Where are you sleeping?
I probably would have settled somewhere near the campfire.
Okay. You wake up. The fire is dying down. It's almost just embers now. You look up. Still dark. There's... Are you sure there was a noise there somewhere? Something creeping up. What do you want to do?
I won't move, but I want to sort of cast a look around.
Okay, make a perception check.
Natural one.
Okay. You don't see anything. Whether it's because the light from the fire, the dying fire, has sort of semi-blinded you, or there was nothing there in the first place. It's deadly quiet again. Just a snap of the fire.
I'll get up. I'll move closer to the fire and use produce flame to relight it.
Okay, so the fire... And on the other side of the fire, directly opposite you, staring at you, crouched, are two tabaxi kits, just going... Hi! Bye! And they just sort of creep back out of range of the fire.
I fear we may have led them astray.
It appears you were about to get
Yes.
jumped on by kits. It was indeed Zeph and Zaf who have been corrupted by snow. I mean, encouraged by snow, obviously.
I'll just smile to myself.
Okay. So,
And then settle back again.
so as you settle back again, the fire is now brightly lit, and nothing further occurs until morning. So, as you all come to in various states of hungover, Gus, Yorick, you wake out in the woods, away from camps, in what is, to be fair, a very comfortable sort of little hollow that's filled with leaves, and you're both in different hollows, and you are both alone, but you have some very interesting memories of last night. Lots of fun stuff happened.
I'll get up and see if I can find Gus.
Yeah, he's not too far away. He's about sort of 20 feet from you in another hollow.
Give a little poke with my boot.
What?
You right?
Oh, that was interesting.
Oh, fun, wasn't it? We should probably get back to camp though.
Yeah, come on then.
So as you make your way back to the camps through other Tabaxi camp, some are quiet and sleeping, others are sort of stirring, and you can hear there are kits that have obviously been awake for an hour or two and are doing chores and sweeping and tidying. They're kind of used to that. That's what they do after the adults have all sleeping in after a celebration. And you make your way back to Madame Miette's caravan, where you would probably see, I would imagine Florian is first up, doing exercises and being that person.
Yes, that person.
Perfect. So you see the dwarves walking back into camp, probably with big grins across their faces.
If I see Florian, I'll pick a stick up off the ground and pretend we've been collecting wood and then go and put it onto the fire.
Do I really believe that?
Make a deception check, Gus.
I mean, he's been using his wood for something.
Mm-hmm.
5.
No. Well, unless you roll an insight check
I
rather than
rolled
a 5.
I rolled 16.
Yeah. No, you don't believe that for a minute. Like, this twig that he's just put on the fire made almost no difference whatsoever.
I'll be doing it with a great big grin on my face.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You kind of understand what they've been up to.
Yeah, no judgment cast here. I just smile and nod.
Okay. So,
I would like to do something.
sure. What would you like to do?
Nip behind the caravan and wild shape myself into a lizard and try and get Zeph and Zaf back.
Okay. So, make a stealth roll for when you approach their caravan.
It's a tiny creature, so
Yeah.
it's just sort of-
You can have advantage with it.
15.
15. Okay. So you make your way to their caravan. They are grumbling as ever because they're clearing up. They've tending the fire, putting the collecting all the cups up.
I would attempt to climb up onto Zaf's shoulders because I rolled to see which one it would be,
Okay.
and do the lizard tongue thing right in their ear.
What did you get for your stealth roll? Sorry.
15.
15. Yeah. He's not really paying attention. He's grumbling to his brother. He's like, picks you up and throws you across the camp. You don't take any damage. You're a lizard. You sort of plonk. And Zeph's like, what are you doing? You can't just scream. What? It was a thing. It was there.
And then I want to sneak up again and see if I can do the same to Zeph.
It's going to be slightly harder.
Mhm.
But make a stealth check.
Is this without advantage now?
Without advantage this time, yeah, because...
Zaf is on alert.
Yeah.
18.
18, yeah. He's like, there it is, I told you it was there. And they spot you. So, I don't know what you want to do, but you've been spotted.
Run them.
And Zeph is going to try and stamp on you. Because he doesn't know what you are. So,
As soon as he starts coming close as if he's going to stamp on me, I will just turn back to myself.
That is a good trick. You have to show us how to do that.
Takes a lot of work, I'm afraid.
But you can teach us, right?
Perhaps one day.
Oh, yeah. Nobody will be safe if we turn into squidgy things.
Well, I can...
Teach us.
With
Go,
time,
teach
I
us.
can turn into almost any animal that I encounter.
You have to tell us. You have to teach us.
I'm not sure that I can.
Of course you can. We will be good. We will not play any tricks on you at all, ever. If you teach us. Please.
Really? You think I believe you?
Please. Their eyes go very big. They're like, you know,
Puss in
Antonio
Boots.
Banderas, Puss in Boots, when his eyes just go boom. He's like, they're both doing it. This is, you know, yeah, they are very, very persuasive. They're like, yep, that's the one. They're like, please, we promise to be good.
Well, the first thing you have to do is you have to have a strong body and mind, which means eating all your vegetables and doing as you're told.
We already do that. Teach us properly.
By any chance, am I in range of hearing of this?
Yeah, you would have heard shouts because
Okay,
Zaf screamed when he threw the lizard across the.
so I'm going
camp.
to wander over to rescue Celeste then.
So you can see as you get into camp, you can see the pair of them are just like in front of her doing that whole tabaxi kit thing that you have done many times, of trying to persuade a grown up that they really, really need this. And there's two of them.
Zeke?
They are double teamed.
Zach,
Madame, yet?
if you behave,
Of course.
then Celeste will teach you the next day.
Tomorrow.
Yes.
But today, possibly?
No,
Again with
The
the
next day.
eyes. But,
I promise you, she will teach you tomorrow.
Madame Miette, we are very good. We have cleaned. Look, we have cleaned, done all of our chores.
It is very good,
Please.
but no, this is the test. You must complete this first. If you're good today, she will teach you tomorrow.
Okay. But you promised tomorrow, yes?
I promise tomorrow.
Okay. The
Good.
pair of them bow low to you, Celeste. We will see you tomorrow. Nice and early.
You'll have to find me first.
I
You're
will
very good at finding.
kind of nudge Celeste as she says that. We shall go back to the camp.
Of course.
You see, as you turn to leave, they chattering to each other about how brilliant this is going to be and how fantastic they are going to be, unparalleled in sneaking up on people if they can turn into small squidgy things.
Their hearts are going to break.
You are evil, Celeste.
And Miette, she's also responsible.
No.
No,
It is a hard lesson that must be learned by every tabaxi cub. That is not tomorrow until tomorrow.
quite. So, you get back to camp. Everybody, I'm assuming, is now awake and breakfasting. So, again, it's a chill morning. You think it's probably going to warm up a bit later on, but at the moment, a little chilly, a little damp on the grass, but yeah, should be a good day. What would you like to do?
As soon as breakfast is cooked, I'm going to actually put out the fire with water to make it quite final.
Oh, okay. So, a big column of steam and smoke rises from your fire.
Yeah. And then I will say goodbye to Minhill so I don't get skinned.
Okay. As you put out the fire, this attracts attention, as you knew it would. Darcy and Minahill arrive at speed. But, Madame Miette, there is a problem?
You know we had to leave again. It is not safe for us to remain here, for anyone.
And
Snow?
we're not willing to risk any more tabaxi lives. We do need to move on.
Darcy looks at you both. I know this had to be done. And she looks at you, Miette. Don't worry, I will look after them all.
Thank you.
Especially this one. And she just points at Minahill, who's just standing staring at you at the moment.
Mm.
She hasn't said a
And
word
Minahill?
yet.
I expect I will be back at the next gathering, and there will be not a speck of dust on my caravan. Not one.
She looks at you.
You have to look after it for me.
Don't worry, I will make sure she makes it.
Oh, you better. Because if she does not come back for the next gathering, I will find you. And I will do things to you that will make you wonder how there could ever be so many pain receptors in one person.
Rest assured, if she does not come back, neither will I.
Oh, I will find you. Yet, not only are you going away to have adventure, fun, all of these things without me leaving me behind, you want me, poor downtrodden, beautiful Minahill, to look after your caravan.
Well, you are welcome to join us, but I know what you're like sleeping rough.
I do not do rough.
Exactly.
Also, as a little bit of a sweetener, our friend Gus started a new batch of special dwarven ale.
He did?
Of course.
Well, obviously, which turns to you guys, we will look after this as if it were our own.
And perhaps when we come back to the next gathering, we can try the headache together.
This is agreed. We will do this. But first, I need just one more word with my sister.
Of course. And Snow will turn, sort of like shoo everybody away.
She walks over to you, puts her arms around you, and lifts you off your feet.
That is not fair.
I do not want to be fair today. I love you. I will miss you. Please be careful. Please come back.
I love you and I miss you too. I do this so I can come back to you.
I do not want to have to come and find you. But
Again.
I will. The next gathering, yes?
The next gathering.
The very
I will be
next
here.
gathering. Do not skip one.
I have never skipped one in my life. I do not intend to start now.
Good. She puts you back down. So, it is agreed. Next gathering, yes?
Next gathering. I will hold her hair.
She pinches your arm. No.
Fair.
Go, silly person. Yeah, she's trying very hard not to cry.
She's not the only one.
So, the rest of you pack up your gear, get everything ready, and make your way out of camp for the final time, with Minahill and Darcy waving you off, patting you on the shoulder as you walk past.
Madame Miette, would you like to leave by foot or by sky?
I believe the plan had been to go to the river and summon the rune at Fane. So it'd probably be best if you remain on foot for the moment.
Which way are you going? Are you going south, directly south, or southwest, or are you going to the west?
I think we're going south,
Do you want me to pop the map up again?
Yeah,
if you don't mind.
Sure. There we go.
Uh,
So currently you are about there-ish.
yeah. So,
Yeah, so if we skirt to kind of come down where the river is between Dornham and Farnham, yeah, exactly there.
Yeah, you can go
so
I'm
that way.
Yeah.
thinking,
Okay.
River
Yeah.
Nexus.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we can do that. No problem. So, you start to walk through the woods, and you can see there are, as you leave the main encampment, where all these little individual caravans are set up, and people waving good morning or hi to you as you pass by, and you start to leave them behind and walk through these woods. Now these woods are beautiful, they're old, the ground underfoot is firm but slightly spongy, you know, that sort of ancient woodland feel that you get when you're walking. There are no sort of set paths as you walk further on, but you do come across ancient clearings that have obviously not been used for many, many years. And I would like somebody to roll me a d20, please.
Sure.
17.
17.
Beat me to
So, as you are walking on, you stumble across one of these clearings that has what looks like a very recent fire, but it's out. Now, you've left the main encampment behind a good hour or so ago. So coming through these woods, you would not expect to find anybody here, or anybody that has been here.
Yet.
I see it.
Can I
Is it?
tell how long ago the fire was?
Sure, make a survival check for me.
Ooh, I'm actually good at these. 16.
16. Looking at it, looking at how recent the embers are, you would say it's been out for maybe half an hour tops.
I would estimate no more than 30 minutes.
Yorick, have you been able to reach your divinity yet?
You're muted, Martin.
I haven't actively tried yet, but have I felt anything more passive since leaving the area?
No, you're still in the midwoods, so I mean, you haven't felt anything change so far.
I think perhaps we need to leave the wood entirely before we can try.
It just worries me who this may have been. But yes. We shall continue on.
Can I tell by the size of the campfire and the surroundings how many people might have been there?
Make a survival check.
I'm going to guidance myself. $14.
14. I mean, the campfire seemed to be about the same sort of size as the ones that you've been used to. You don't see. I mean, there are footprints around, or paw prints, but no, it's difficult to tell how many people there were. Could be
But
one, could be 4 or 5. You're not really sure.
Are they paw prints rather than footprints?
They are paw prints rather than footprints.
I would guess a group of tabaxi, though I'm not quite sure exactly how many there might have been.
It's unusual that they would wander so far from the gathering. For privacy. There's no need among our people.
Definitely tabaxi paw prints.
Make a investigation check.
Insight check.
Close.
I'm gonna
Can-
assist Florian on that as well. Look
Okay.
at them, make sure they're tabaxi.
Yeah, okay.
Can I get down and sort of inhale the scent and see if I can sort of draw? Because I know what tabaxi smell like, and I know
Okay.
what they should smell like.
Okay. Make a perception check. What'd you get, Florian?
I got 14.
14. I mean, they're definitely paw prints.
16 on my end.
You're pretty sure they're like looking at comparing them to Snow and they look very similar.
20 total.
Sorry, Melissa, what did you get?
16.
16. Yeah, I mean, they definitely look like tabaxi prints. They don't look like anything else that you are aware of. And you got a 20.
20.
20. It's definitely tabaxi, but there's a kind of undercurrent to it. It's difficult to pin down. You think you've smelt it before.
Would I associate this smell with anything sort of when we were in the hells, or
No.
is it something a bit more?
Make an intelligence check to see if you can work out where you've smelt it before.
Right, come on, blue dice, don't let me down. Yeah, that's not bad. 17.
17. You don't think it was the hells. It might have been the dead forest. You're not sure. Possibly. Yeah. You thinking about it? Yeah, the dead forest, perhaps.
And the Snow is basically sort of like on all four paws. He basically looks like a large tiger at this point, or leopard. He's just in hate.
Hopefully matches.
That smell, I know it from somewhere. It was the dead forest, perhaps. I recognize the smell.
Which half? The first bit or the part in the center? Because that's an important distinction.
Yeah, do I know which part, or
You're
is
pretty
it a bit
sure it's
hazy?
the first part.
I believe it's the first part.
All right. Okay. Okay. Right.
The first part
So,
where we met certain beings.
yeah, and where we were chased around by Faye.
Yes.
We
made acquaintance with a certain lord.
To be honest, I would be surprised if this forest had no fair folk in it. I suggest we keep going, and though risky and
Somebody may be influencing a group of tabaxi that has departed here recently. And I'm sure all will become clear, shall we say.
maybe it. Is there signs of a caravan being parked here at all?
Make a quick survival check.
Nope.
Can I assist with that?
Sure. So you could have advantage.
Okay, there you go. That's good. It's a bit better. Save me from a natural one there. 17.
17. Weirdly, no.
Okay. No caravan, no.
I would very much like to get to the river because I
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling the same.
If we want to get there quicker, I can summon horses or...
Oh, you don't need to do that sort of thing. Do you? The voice appears
Very
behind you from
late.
where you've come from. There's a sort of lean tabaxi. Or is it he has
No, it's not.
paws on his lower half, and then as you watch, he just sort of shimmers into that tall, rangy gentleman you've met before in the Deadwood. Hello.
Both these me are feeling right now.
I
Hello.
believe we've met before, haven't we? In my forest. Do you recall? It was quite amusing.
Yes.
Yes, I do recall.
Yes, indeed.
This seems to be your forest also.
Oh,
From
I mean, is it mine, really? I mean, I kind of, well, let me put it this way. I have extended my protection to the forest, to the wood. It's not really a forest, you see. Technical terms I know, but it is quite important. Words are carefully chosen.
They are
Right.
indeed.
all words are carefully chosen, which is why I'm going to choose to say to you, fuck off, I don't want to talk to you right now.
You wound me. I am wounded, you see. And he pulls his hands away from his chest. There's a gaping hole all the way through it. You see what you do to me. Yet. Ah.
An enchant may be fatal.
He moves his hand again, it's gone. I doubt it.
Ah, well,
I'm sure I'll get over it.
I'm sure you will.
But it is quite rude to some, you know.
Will you ever release Elenthe?
Well. Release. I'm not technically holding anyone.
No. And I'm sure you explained in great detail what the promise would do to her.
Everyone was in a hurry. You know?
Convenient.
It was a tricky time for everyone concerned.
Of course
But
it was.
you will agree, the Midwood is safe from harm.
For the wandering gusts.
For the wandering gusts.
Mm.
And obviously, as a caravan leader yourself, you understand that technically all of these people are your caravan, so are considered as wandering gusts. So they are also safe from harm.
Is this a promise you're giving?
More of a statement. But, as I said, as long as there is a guardian in the Midwood is a haven for the wandering gusts. Whoever they may choose to induct into said wandering gusts clan will obviously have the same protection. Probably. No, definitely, obviously. Look, not crossing my fingers or anything.
That is not the ones we can see.
This is probably a stupid thing, but do I believe him?
Which part do you want to insight check?
Whether or not anyone's going to come to harm that's considered wandering guests.
Insight check.
Oh my god.
Dirty 20.
Yeah, he seems to be telling the truth. That whilst there is a guardian in the Midwood are safe. for the Wandering Gusts. So, now that we have that out of the way, you are leaving the Midwood.
We are.
Oh, interesting. Why? I mean, you don't have to tell me, obviously.
Oh, good. Then we shall be on our way.
Oh, I absolutely adore you. You are so very, very me. I like that. I really do. Still, I mustn't keep you. Please, be on your way. Have a beautiful day. Try not to get into too much trouble, Madame Miette. And he bows very sarcastically and floridly.
Yeah, I'm just gonna start walking away.
Bye now.
Gonna take her cue and follow.
Nobody wishes to stay and play? No? Okay. Have a great day. As you all start to walk away, is anybody not walking away, or?
I'm walking away, but I'm keeping my eye on him.
He just keeps waving at you until you go out of sight. So, you carry on walking through the Midwood. What?
Nothing.
Yeah,
Nothing
yeah.
at all.
Nothing.
Do
Just
you
just
think
interaction with an NPC. It's fine.
do you think
Yeah,
he's like?
that's all it was. Sorry.
Yeah, do you believe he's like that character from that story? If you say his name too many times, he appears.
That was why I was trying to avoid calling him by name. It doesn't seem to work though.
I think it maybe even if you think it.
Believe me, I have tried.
Yeah, it's
It
fine.
is a bit hard though, knowing the entire Midwood is cursed by him.
No, it's not exactly cursed. I mean, it is a bit of a blessing.
You
that
saw the Madam of Madames.
I did.
That is the price we are paying for our safety.
And if it is one life for the protection of all of the Wandering Gusts, do you not believe that that is a worthy price? Would you pay that yourself? Were it that choice? Would
I
you
can't
take her
say that I
place?
would. If I was given the option to replace her and relieve her of her ancientness, I don't know that I would.
Yet if it came down to it and you had the choice to save your people, you know you would do it in a heartbeat. For all of them.
You think me a much better person than I am.
No, I just know who you are. I've seen enough. You would do it in a heartbeat for them all. And you know that as well as I do.
We can certainly find out if you want. Oops.
No,
sorry.
go away.
Well, I wasn't following you. I just happened to be walking this way.
Naturally, yes.
Well, you know, it's... Well... I'm sorry. I will leave you and go along a different route.
I mean, if you wish to torment someone, I mean, we can give you a good target.
Torment? I don't torment people.
Okay,
Well-
cause mischief and play with them, perhaps.
That I can do.
I
But-
mean, there are two tiefling fellows called Sorrow and Torment, and perhaps there's a Mr. Droust in Redport who may need a little bit of
There's a piece
fun.
of a parchment appears in the air next to him, and a quill starts writing names down. Do go on.
They need a little bit of fun injected into their lives.
Interesting, interesting. And what kind of fun was it you were wishing for?
Oh, I leave that up to the master, of course.
Well, I mean, that's. I mean, I can do this if you want me to.
I mean,
Do you want
if
me
you
to?
if you choose to do it, that is entirely up to you.
It is indeed.
Right.
But do you want me to do it?
I didn't say I wanted you to do it. I merely suggested some entertainment
Now,
for
I'm
you.
fairly certain that you said that there were people who deserved it. Are those not the words you used, perhaps?
No, I said perhaps they needed some fun injected into their lives.
Okay, okay.
The nature of the fun, I leave up to you.
The nature of the fun is always up to me. It's just how much you want it. And you do want it a lot, don't you? Especially this droust.
Oh,
And he looks across at Melissa. You want it as well, don't you?
I'm doing my best to kind of just block him out.
Make a deception check.
I think even if that were the case, I don't think anybody wants it enough to make any kind of deal.
19 on
19.
the deception.
Not good to know, thank you. I don't recall saying anything about a deal. I just asked if somebody wanted something.
no.
Okay. Well, if you
These
don't
things always
want
come with a
anything-
price.
Do they? That's very interesting. And what sort of price would you pay for giving somebody some fun?
Don't answer that.
Nothing at all? Or would you
I
give...
would never make that kind of deal.
Okay. Not even if, say, this person deserved some fun. Perhaps this person had done you a great wrong. You were wounded by them. And again, the hole appears in his chest. Deeply.
In my medical profession, you'll get over it.
I will? Oh, I wasn't suggesting I was the one that was wounded. I was suggesting perhaps somebody had wounded you. Quite deeply. Perhaps that person needed to be taught a lesson or two. Perhaps not. Perhaps they did it out of love. Or perhaps they did it out of fun.
Don't engage, Celeste.
Engage? We should get engaged. That's a very good suggestion.
Can I just confirm that we're all still walking to this conversation?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
100%.
absolutely.
Yep, okay.
I'm just imagining that he's kind of just like flitting around us,
Yeah,
talking at
literally,
us.
basically, he's just sort of flitting between you all. You don't see his feet actually move. He's just sort of almost like he's appearing and disappearing, but so quickly.
I'm surprised at being like he doesn't have anything better to do with their time.
What could possibly be better than a conversation with friends?
Surely you would have to have the friends here to have that conversation.
We're all friends here, aren't we, Madame Miette? Of course. Those that I am friendly to all. As he moves his hands, little tiny pink hearts just float up into the air.
So as we're walking along, Snow's just going to pull out sort of 3 of the daggers and just start lightly juggling.
Ooh, juggling. I like juggling. I do. It's one of my very favourite things. Can you do 4?
And he'll sort of like fling the 3 up into the air and just pull another one out of his scarf and throw it. And as they come back down, start spinning them again.
Very good, very good. Can you do 5?
And Snow will continue to add and work his way
I'm
up to
gonna
7.
drop back in line to
Okay,
talk
make
to
an
your
acrobatics
voices.
check for me.
Hmm?
Make an acrobatics check for me.
18.
18, yep, fair enough. It's a little shaky when you get to 7, but you manage to hold it. He's like, oh, superb, superb. See, Miette, you like to juggle as well. This is very good. You've taught him very well. How clever of you. Anyway, we were talking about... What were we talking about? They're very shiny, those daggers,
You were
aren't
just
they?
leaving. You had to go away somewhere else.
Yes,
did?
you were so very busy. You had other business elsewhere.
Busy. Busy. Oh, busy. Busy. Right, yes, you wanted me, and he snaps his fingers and the parchment reappears. You wanted me to go and do some things. I'll get right on that. The parchment disappears. He goes, see you soon. Poof. He vanishes. So,
Well, this is going to turn out well, isn't it?
It's not.
This is going to be fun.
It's going to go very poorly.
Oh, come now. It's going to be fun.
So, it's the next sort of 10-15 minutes you get to the edge of the tree line. And you can see the river winding its way up, right, nestling almost into the trees and snaking along the edge of the woods.
I want to keep leading us until we're about sort of 15, maybe 20 minutes outside the tree line. So
Oh, you're just going straight out of the tree line?
With what I tried to do before, I don't think I can call the Runa of Fane inside the tree line.
Okay.
And I'm almost certain that I can't do it.
Okay.
So
my question
know
was,
that
you're not
I'm not going straight out.
pausing, you're just going straight out of the tree line into the open countryside.
Pause.
I would like to see if there's anything out in the open countryside before we leave the tree line, please.
That's probably a good plan. Make a perception check for me.
So right,
not natural 20 again.
Nice. So you look around across the river. You see on the opposite bank, it's sort of a gently rolling hill. Seems to go down and just curve away. There doesn't appear to be anybody about. You see some birds flitting along the river, kingfisher, and yeah, it looks very peaceful, very, very calm.
I can't see anything out beyond the tree line, so should be safe.
Shall we?
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I'm going to be the last one to step through, and I'm going to take a brief moment before I do that as well.
Okay.
Beyond the tree line, is there long grass or the long sort of reed beds?
There's a sort of about a 20-foot gap, and then the reed beds start. The gap is sort of meadow type, tall grasses, meadow flowers. There's a lot of insects flying about. It's like a riverbank. Yeah. So you've got into the reed beds, and then the river.
Cool.
Is there a point along the line where I could potentially get closer to that river before leaving the woodland edge?
Not really. The woods sort of curve back. I mean, you could possibly... It might get closer to the tree line the further west you go, if you want to try that. But as far as you can tell from this vantage point, it's about 20 to 30 feet away from the tree line is the river.
Okay, I'll watch. I think I'm gonna try something. It's gonna be stupid here, but I think it's what Florian would try and do.
No, stupid is good.
I'm gonna. Everyone's gonna leave the tree line, and obviously I'm gonna just take that pause, that little looking out, and knowing that this is potentially the safest place I and we have ever been, and all of this going on. I'm then going to back up into the woods a little bit, and I am going to use my movement to run. I will then use my bonus action to run,
Okay.
and then I'm going to try and jump completely in the river.
Yeah, you can certainly do that. As the rest of you, I'm assuming you're just sort of stepping out.
I'm not. I stopped for a moment as well and braced myself to step out.
Okay.
Snow would sort of move a little bit ahead of the group and then sort of dash across the intervening space into the reeds.
Okay. So you watch as Snow into the reeds. You pause. Nothing appears to have happened.
And then they'll see him sort of come back to the edge with his crossbow across his arm and a dagger in his left hand, ready, and sort of almost trying to sort of cover.
Okay. Is anybody else going out to join Snow?
Yeah, I'll mosey out.
I'll cast a look around just to make sure I
Make a
can't see
perception
anything. 26.
26. So you see Snow waiting there. Miet starts to walk out quite casually, just walking across. You look up and down the riverbank, can't see anything. You look out across the river to the opposite bank. Again, there doesn't seem to be anything there. You swear you can hear laughter behind you.
Just do a dramatic sigh and follow me out.
Okay.
Yeah, just follow out after him.
Okay. Yorick, same?
Yeah.
Cool. So, it's just Melissa and Florian left.
Yep, I will obviously go last, like I said. I'll wait for Melissa to go and then do what I said I was going to do.
I'll probably turn to Florian and just say, we'll face everything together. We'll get Dakota safe.
Yeah. Information is key first, so
Yeah,
let's head on that way.
let's go. And I'll step out as well.
Yeah. So as you step out, start walking across, you then see Florian race past you, run through the reeds, and then jump and land in the river. I assume that was your intention.
Yeah, so I wanted to basically jump right on the border of where the woods would have been,
Yep,
where the safe
okay.
place was,
Okay.
into the river, basically, so that my body essentially makes no contact.
Ooh, that's
With
20
land.
feet. So
Yeah, I know. That's why I said it was going to be bonus action to do step of the wind, movement as well, and then try and jump.
But that's movement. A long jump.
All jumps based on your strength.
Yeah. Give me an athletics check, please. But the DC's quite high. Okay, it's a 16 is the DC.
Okay. Well, that was 17
Nice.
plus 6, so 13 plus
Okay.
6. So.
So
That's 19.
19, sorry. There you go. Maths.
So-
Bad maths.
You back up into the woods, give yourself as long a run as possible, and jump and splash straight into the water at the edge of the reed bed.
Oh, shit. Hang on.
It's cold.
What did you say? Athletics.
Yes.
Oh, it was bang on 16 then. Sorry. I was using
Okay.
acrobatics.
So it's cold, icy cold. It's a big shock,
Mhm.
and your chest throbs as it hits the water.
What is he doing?
I'd probably stop halfway between
Yeah,
the
it's
trees
like-
and the reeds and just kind of shrug.
I mean, if people didn't know that we were here before, they probably will now. Can I please shoot him and just be done
No,
with this?
Florian,
let's just get going.
I'm sure if you didn't want to touch the ground, Trellador might have carried you.
He seems a little bit preoccupied at the minute, so.
Let's just get moving.
It wouldn't have been the first time, though.
Okay. So as you all sort of watch as Florian sort of bobbing about in the river, the icy cold river, you are all out of the Midwood, and that's where we'll leave it for tonight. Yay! Thank you very much for playing, all. Welcome back. Nice to have everybody back after such a long break. Yeah, that was interesting. Some things happened. Yeah, it's not happy with me, so
No. No.
So I hope
That was the first name drop we got though from about the caravan in the centre of the woods, as far as I was aware.
Yes, it was.
I didn't catch the name, so I haven't written it down, but it doesn't matter so much.
Yep.
I got the important bit, which is, oh god,
Ellen Thay.
yeah, Balo is
just a
getting around.
He's a lovely,
Little bit.
helpful person.
Yeah,
What you getting?
100%.
That's what I'm getting.
Yeah.
Also,
Okay.
yeah, Melissa learned from the previous engagement. She just didn't talk to him. She's not going to interact with him. Unfortunately, it's highly likely that her family is going to be now affected by him because of snow.
I mean, possibly. Who knows? So, anyway, we will do our normal go round the room, see if we've got any questions or anything like that. Who wants to go first, or should I just pick at random?
Pick at random.
Pick at random.
It's funnier.
Let's roll a d8.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Snow.
Yeah, cat is fun.
Interesting. Yes, cats are fun, indeed.
Yeah.
Anything else, Snow, or is that the extent of
no.
your pronouncements this evening?
That's pretty much the extent of my pronouncements.
Fair enough. Yori?
I think, yeah.
No, nothing really to ask or add.
Okie dokie. You had a good time in the woods, that's all. Yeah, good.
I did.
Awesome. Gus?
A gentleman doesn't tell.
But what about you?
Gus then.
What about Gus?
Oi! He was brung up right, he was.
Drug up, right? Melissa?
Internal screaming.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, this is going to go well.
Yep.
She's going to go swimmingly.
Miette?
I was really looking forward to the end of the session, being able to go, yeah, we're out of the Midwoods now. I don't have to be Madame anymore. I don't have to make any choices, and have been nice and
You can never escape
trapped
that.
the narrative to not have that option if I want to protect the group. So thanks for that.
But you're out of the Midwoods. What's the problem? Don't understand.
It's interesting how your voice takes on a certain tone of an NPC there as you say that. Yeah.
You wound me.
Mm-hmm. Oh, believe me, I am enjoying it, but it's the whole, character gnashing of teeth.
Yeah. I can get that, yes.
Mm.
Especially knowing what Miette knows.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Florian?
Only two you can't answer is that can we actually save the world, and should we possibly take in heedance upon meeting Balo again in a particular dire need and time of what we're doing.
I mean, if you want to try and call on Balo at the time of need, then by all means try it.
Halo is watching us because he's waiting for the shitstorm to begin.
Yeah.
Oh,
For
yeah.
everything to
Yeah.
go wrong. That's the only reason why he's stalking us.
We have the personal interest of a Chaos Lord. This is not a good thing.
This is not going to end well
Absolutely
for
a good thing.
So yeah, that's the answer to your question,
Yeah,
Dorian.
yeah,
Is,
yeah.
yeah, if you want to, why not? What could possibly go wrong?
What
I
went
like to
wrong
point
last
your
time?
direction towards Ellen Thay. As for what can go wrong.
Yes, yes, definitely, and also previous campaigns on meeting the lovely Balo as well. Nothing ever went wrong.
No, of course not.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And Celeste.
I'm very wary about saying anything in front of Baylor that could be construed as anything he could grab onto and shake like a dog on a bone, and feels like Snow is just kept throwing him treats.
Interesting.
There's a reason why Melissa didn't really talk to him and ignored him as much as she could.
That's fair. So, if nobody has any other sort of questions or comments or anything,
Oh yeah, that reminds me. I am insulted by Baylor's comment to me.
Which one?
That reminds him of him.
Oh.
That's deeply insulting.
It's quite true, though.
Hush.
Okay. I'll stop now because I fear for my life. So, yeah, if we don't have any other comments or questions, apart from, try to kill the DM,
No.
we'll wrap it up. So, again, thank you very much for playing. Sorry about the wait. Hopefully,
Come up.
the lovely Dan will be back with us next week. We will be back here next week, obviously. But before that happens, there is, of course, the as yet unnamed campaign, which happens on Sunday mornings that the wonderful Martin DMs to great effect, which some of us are playing it at the moment. It is really good fun. I advise you give it a watch if you can. It's really good. I like it. I'm slightly biased because I'm in it, but there you go. But yeah, before that, check out all the wonderful people that we follow. Don't forget to go to Bandcamp and grab the album by Moab. He's very kindly said that we could use his music, so I'm using it because it's great. So have a wonderful week, people. We shall see you all very soon. I forgot where the button's gone. There we go. Yes, we will see you very soon. And Susie's made another appearance, so Cat on stream, awesome. And we will see you all very soon. Bye.